Hey everybody, welcome to Game Day View, presented by Mercedes-Benz. Patrick Claybon here with my pals, Greg Rosenthal and Cynthia Freeland. Last week, we came to you 0-3 after the Lions upset, but we're now 500 on Thursdays coming in.
Let's go. Eagles.
The Vikings made
Thank
it
you, Eagles.
a little interesting, but we got there. That means week 2 now upon us. Here's where we stand as of right now with our show picks.
Oh.
Greg Rosenthal.
That's through week 1. We should each add one more to the win column.
Okay, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
But either way, Greg
Greg.
would still be wearing the crown as he was at the end of last.
That's a smug look on your face. With
You
that
gotta.
crown
I
on.
know. I need to take a new picture.
That's a smug
but
look.
it's a smug look right now on TV too. That crown's gonna get molded into my head. It's been on there so long.
Well, now you're going to have to go wire to wire, Greg. I don't know.
Let's go.
I don't know if you can handle it. Sunday, we got a rematch from last year's AFC divisional round, the Chiefs and the Jags. The Jags knocked Patrick Mahomes out of the game last January with an ankle injury. Chad Henne stepped in briefly, had a huge drive, but Mahomes would come in the second half, connecting with Marquez Valdez-Scantling for a touchdown. The Chiefs went on to win it 27-20. So Sunday is Patrick Mahomes' 28th birthday. Happy birthday, pal, because Travis Kelce.
Only 28?
28.
That's it?
There's so much more Patrick Mahomes left.
We're so lucky.
We all get to witness this.
Oh, that's great.
Kelce and Jones
Phew.
expected to play. They're back. Greg, what do you like in this rematch?
I like Patrick Mahomes, the 28-year-old. On Sunday, I think the Chiefs are going to win this game 28-24. At least once a year, we have to point out that Patrick Mahomes is the greatest quarterback, if you look at his first 5 seasons as a starter, to ever enter the NFL. So let's look at last week's game, because I know they lost it, and I just wanted to point out, oh, by the way, Patrick Mahomes was still the best quarterback in the league last week. And you remember that 4th and 25 at the very end of the game? That landed right on Sky Moore's fingertips while rolling to his left for Patrick Mahomes over 2 defenders. If Sky Moore is 1 inch taller or makes a better catch there, we're talking about one of the great Patrick Mahomes performances ever. I think the Jaguars defense, not as good as the Lions defense. I think the Chiefs offense rolls on Sunday.
I'm with you on that. I wish that I had a 28, but I used my model, so it's only 27-22 because the 28, which is so poetic with Patrick Mahomes' birthday. But Chris Jones is back here, and I think the interesting part about that is that when you look at the opportunity that the Jags and Trevor Lawrence have, a little bit more dicey with the big man coming at you. Now, I will say, maybe he's not fully in shape, and the place that he usually does most of his damage is in the fourth quarter. And in fact, wow, did you hear my Michigan accent? In fact, he has more pressures in the fourth quarter than any other interior defender. So last season, so I will say, perhaps that'll be good for Trevor Lawrence in the fourth quarter to not get crushed, but it's still going to be a nice game anyway.
If Chris Jones just shows up with no training camp or offseason whatsoever and is great, it's well, what is training camp for here?
No, he's going to be fine. It's just, it's a moment.
Yeah, sometimes things take time.
Yeah.
You could
Michigan accents come out.
a Calvin Ridley and come back after not doing it for forever and be really good. And they will be really good. I think they're going to score 28 points. The problem is I think the Kansas City Chiefs are going to get 31 points. And a lot of reaction to the Week 1 loss to the Lions is, they got to have some help on the outside. Kadarius Toney had 6 career drops coming into that opener. He had 3 in the opener. Look back at his game last year against the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is still a really good football player. It's just he, Sky Moore, the entire Chiefs receiving corps had some of the worst games of their career. Are we counting on that to continue to happen? And, as we mentioned, Travis Kelce might be back. He had 17 targets the last time these two teams played. 17. So, Mimas.
Mimas, Jags
We're
fans.
okay.
We're picking the
okay with
Super Bowl champs, but we love you, Jags. We love the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's do some math. The over-under for Mahomes' touchdown passes, Cynthia, on Sunday is 2.5.
While I have him as the most likely quarterback to score 2.5 points, which would be 3 passing touchdowns if you're doing that math, the problem here is that I think they're going to run the ball a little bit more. I forecast that they'll be winning. We all actually forecast that they'll be winning, and therefore I think that they work a bit more on the run principles. So while I think he's my number 1 quarterback in terms of fantasy, I still don't think it's 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, so good, but not necessarily that good. Of course, the reason the Chiefs are trying to avoid becoming the 5th Super Bowl champion to start 0-2, Cynthia Freeland's
Roar.
Lions, maybe the spiciest team in the league. Watch your kneecaps. We all decided to not pick Detroit to go into Arrowhead and win last week, but while we might have had our doubts, Dan Campbell never did. Here he is after last week's win.
I didn't learn anything. I got verification on what I already knew. And this is a resilient team. It already was a resilient team, and we added pieces to that resilient team. So we're built to handle some stuff, and we did that today against a very good opponent.
Like me in geology, I didn't learn anything. The 0-1 Lions host the 1-0 Lions host the 0-1 Seahawks on Sunday. These teams played last season. It was a score fest. Seattle won 48-45. Cynthia, are you taking the Lions in this one? Are we back?
Of course.
I'm absolutely not taking the Lions in this one. This is when Seattle starts their Super Bowl run. I told you they were my Super Bowl pick for the NFC, and it happens this week. You didn't learn anything, Dan Campbell?
I mean, don't look so excited while you're saying this.
I'm not
The
excited.
Lions are 4.5-point favorites, and you're picking against your own
I
team.
did not pick against them. In fact, just so we're clear, Gordy for Halloween is going to be a lion. I'm ruining it.
It's very-
And he has like this really cute little lion. I'll wear it next week if we don't. That's how confident I am because I'm
You're going to wear a dog costume.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a lion costume for a dog. Luckily, he's a big dog, so we can share clothes, me and my dog. It's fine.
I don't even know how to follow that. I mean,
You can't.
I think it's sad.
You can't follow
I think
that.
it's sad what's going on. I'm sticking with the Lions, and they're not even my team. Even though Geno Smith.
Geno Smith is your guy.
He is my guy, and so that's why I'm going to talk about Geno Smith.
It's all kinds of betrayal in this
B-roll, but
pick
the
set.
Lions are going to win 31-26. But I do want to throw it back to simpler times. That game, 48 points by the Seahawks. I know he beat Russ in week 1, but this is where the Geno-sons really got going. And I think it's going to be a great test for Brian Branch and this Lions secondary. How different is this Lions team if they are truly better on defense? Brian Branch against Jackson Smith and Jigba. Ooh, that should be fun. You got C.D. Deuce, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson trying to prevent the big plays. We know Geno Smith loves to go deep and over the middle of the field. That's where Detroit struggled last year. I think this is going to be a score fest again. So even though the Seahawks lose, a lot of points.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to live up to the score fest that we saw last year. It was really all of us recognizing, hey, these offenses are really fun. I think it's going to be high scoring. I've got 31-30, but it's Lions winning for me as well because unlike Cynthia Freeland, Greg and I trust and value the team. And
Did you guys not learn anything last week like Dan Campbell? I'm just telling you.
Yeah,
I just got verification for my record last year.
So we got the prime number here against the Lions, by the way.
Fine. I win either way. Let's just put it that way.
But for me, because Greg talked about Geno attacking the middle of the field, the Lions had trouble defending the middle of the field. So what do? You go out and get C.J. Gardner-Johnson, who's good to make the opposing receivers mad. And he's also good to make your team and defense that much better, not just in coverage, but tackling the ball carrier as well. He stays around the middle, but he can work on the edges. That young secondary got better with C.J. GJ. I've got them winning by a single point, and the Lions starting 2-0. We're going to stay in the NFC because last time the 49ers and Rams played, Christian McCaffrey threw this beauty of a 34-yard touchdown to Brandon Ayuk. He pulled off a touchdown trifecta. He ran in a score, he caught another, and he threw this pass again for a touchdown pass. Now, San Francisco swept the season series against the Rams last season. I know that you live and care about some Rams fans who count on you for support to be upheld. Are they going to be happy with your pick in this game?
Well, I've been getting that question all week. Like, Daddy, are you going to pick the Rams this week? And I want to say to my daughter, no, I'm not picking them to win. But I am picking them to lose by less than 7 points. I hope
love that.
That's good information for you. Just 6 points because of those young receivers, Puka Nacua and Tutu Atwell for the Rams. A lot of people, like my daughter, picked up Puka off the waiver wire, putting him right into the lineup. A little bit of an oblique injury, but it looks like he's going to play this week. And I just love his toughness. I love his hands. I love Matthew Stafford's confidence in him to be in the right place on the field. Even after a drop or two, kept going back to him. What a beautiful throw. And if I think there's a weakness on this 49ers defense, I do think it's at cornerback. So I would not worry in fantasy leagues about sitting your Rams. And I do think this game's going to be closer than people expect. How about that? Is that enough?
Yeah, that gets Ellis where she needs to be. Dad likes the Rams to not lose by that.
Look at his face. I can't do this to Ellis, but I'm sorry. The model says 28-19, which is a pretty big one. I'm sorry, Ellis.
It's
Now I
been
feel
a tough
terrible.
matchup historically for Sean McVay.
I feel really terrible about this. You brought your kids into this. But Matthew Stafford, he's still going to look great. Why? Because when Matthew Stafford's healthy, this is a guy who, since entering the league, so he's been in the league longer than most guys, and since entering the league, what happens on the play after a pressure, which, by the way, he used to be a Lion, so he's pressured a ton, and also the Niners are really good at bringing the heat. What happens? Oh, just the best completion percentage. Oh, just the best quarterback rate. Oh, just he's awesome on the play play after a pressure. So I want to give him his flowers. He looks like he is absolutely way healthier this season. The O-line is improved. I'm not going to say it's a top 10 unit in the league, but it's improved. And I love Matthew Stafford's ability to just go out there and after all these years still be that dude.
Yeah, we kind of wondered in the offseason, hey, what's the Rams' plan? How are they going to approach this? And it turns out that plan is being put into effect pretty well. And I also think that the Rams are not going to lose. But speaking of Greg's kids, to go ahead and give us the meme alert. Because I've got there they are. 23-20.
Nice game.
Because it's going to be closer. But before we do that, giving flowers out, let's give some flowers to Brock Purdy.
Yes.
The dude had reconstructive elbow surgery this year. And he went to Pittsburgh playing against a fellow sophomore quarterback who was picked a million picks before him, thoroughly outclassed him on the road. He's money rolling to his left, but they've gone to that well so many times. I think the familiarity between these two teams kind of hurts the offense in this one. So the Rams make it a little closer than those experts that Greg mentioned. In fact, this is the first matchup in the history of the common draft era where a quarterback taken number 1 overall goes up against a quarterback taken at the absolute last pick. The Niners, they have the Jags in a few weeks, so it might happen again soon. This is all because Brock Purdy is an effective football player. Yeah, you want more NFL action this season? NFL Plus brings you live games on mobile, NFL Red Zone, NFL Network, game replays, so much more. It's all in one place. Sign up today at plus.nfl.com. Terms and conditions apply. The Jets might have lost Aaron Rodgers for the season, but it ain't over till it's over. Up next, anyone bold enough to take Gang Green over the Cowboys on Sunday?
Someone did that on our podcast.
Is somebody gonna do it here?
Is it Dan?
Stick around and find out. We're back on Game Day View, presented by Mercedes-Benz. Jordan Love had himself a day last Sunday in his first game as the Packers' leading man. He threw for 245 and 3 touchdowns as Green Bay smashed the Bears 38-20. Here's what J-Lo had to say after the game.
All offseason, I think our team's been slept on. And, it's just one of those things that we can't do anything about it until we go out there and prove it. I think we did that today. Just being in the locker room with the guys, they're awesome, man. I was actually given a game ball today, and those guys were going crazy in there. So it's an awesome feeling for me. But, we got a great team. I love those guys. It feels great to have everybody behind you for sure.
It's time for the Drive to Excellence presented by Mercedes-Benz. We got a battle of 1-0 teams going down Sunday in Atlanta in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. The Packers and the Falcons facing off. Cynthia, what do you like in this one?
Was that not Jonathan Moxon in that one? Like that, he was giving so Jonathan Moxon in that. Like, I just like to thank God. Anyways,
I don't want your life.
Exactly. Anyways, and also he was wearing he has the same agent as Aaron Rodgers. He was wearing the #FamilyTime. That was athletes. And I did not know any of that until just now. So, anyways, I want to talk about the fact that the run game from Arthur Smith, he's figured it out. We all knew when we talked about this. Hey, we know Bijan's going to be good. Hey, news alert. Hey, Tyler Algier's still there. Like, if there's a runner available, a running back, a guy who suits up, or maybe even Cordero Patterson, it doesn't even matter. This is what they're going to do, and that is a deficiency of the Green Bay Packers still. I have a close game, 22-21. I'm not sure what happens with Aaron Jones. I don't think he's going to be playing. However, with A.J. Dillon, it still will be a nice run game. So I don't love the fact that they're going to be missing pieces. It could be an even bigger Atlanta win for me, but at least right now, as the time of this, a 1-point win for Atlanta due to the run game.
I also have the Falcons winning. I'm kind of feeling the Falcons this year. 20-17 in this game, and Cynthia stole Bijan Robinson. I want to talk about Bijan Robinson every week, but let's talk about the other side, the Packers'
I got the
run
homework
defense.
done first.
Like, you ever have, one of those friends who tries to turn over a new leaf, like takes anger management class. They just say they're different. Like, is this Packers defense different? Because we've heard it's different all offseason, but it's the same coordinator. It's a lot of the same players, and they're really good at football, and yet it never really seems to be able to stop the run. They did fine against the Bears last week. That was the Bears. Now you got to play the Falcons. This is where we learn if they've really changed.
Mercury's out of retrograde now, so perhaps they really have, or not.
The communication's going to work better. It's all energy. You see, but before we get into that, Let's talk about this Packers defense going up against a quarterback who played pretty well in Week 1 against the Panthers, and that's Desmond Ridder. In fact, he's going to play another game at home. There was only one quarterback that finished with a better passer rating in Week 1.
Okay.
That was Jordan Love.
J-Lo.
I'm taking the Packers because if Robinson and Algier can't get it going against the Packers, yeah, it's a stray bond here. Will Arthur Smith be willing to throw it enough? I'll take the Pack starting 2-0, 24-20, and I don't mind being alone here on the drive.
I thought you were going to go with the Falcons defense. I was, because there were Jesse Bates 2 times. Anyways, I thought you were going with that. That's why I was trying to
about
actually
the
be nice
Falcons.
to you.
It's weird just that you went to Ridder right off the top.
Well, we're going to find out. I think
J-Lo.
ultimately, early on in the season, it's all
I
about
like to
finding
thank God.
on the Drive to Excellence, presented by Mercedes-Benz. From the Packers to a former Packer. Not sure if you all heard, but Aaron Rodgers, now out for the season, the future Hall of Famer, logged just 4 snaps Monday night against the Bills before leaving the game with a torn Achilles tendon. And despite his absence, however, the Jets shocked the world in Week 1.
And getting away a line drive kick is Sam Martin. Gibson runs under it at the Jet 35. Starts to his left, gets to the 40, turns the corner at the 45-50. Blockers in front at the 40, at the Bills 30, inside the 20. Stutter steps to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown! It's a Jet touchdown! This game is over!
Oh, the Jets and the Cowboys squaring off Sunday afternoon. Greg, can Zach Wilson and company do it again? Shock the world with a win in Dallas.
No, I mean, Zach Wilson did not look good in that game. I thought they were a little harsh about him, but he's got to play the Cowboys' defensive line, and I'm going to talk about their pass rush every week on this show until they stop destroying New York opponents. I said it last week. They didn't give up a single point. I challenge you to bring up another show that actually talked about Dorrance Armstrong last week, other than this one. And then he went out and had a monster performance. And what did he do it against? Some shaky tackles. And I think they're even shakier in New York with the Jets. There's some injury concern in terms of Mekhi Becton and Dwayne Brown. So Zach Wilson without time to throw is not a good formula.
I'm with you on this one. My score is a little bit different because I'm giving a little more respect to the Jets D, 22-15 in this matchup. I learned almost nothing about the Dallas offense last game because special teams and defense came out so strong. But I still think that this defense with the New York Jets, I feel like you're still going to get Jonathan Franklin Myers being just absolutely destroying people. I don't care who they are. He came out hype. I don't know if enough people are talking about JFM.
Nobody
Jonathan
is.
Franklin
Only you are.
Myers. But
I love it.
When you go back and watch the game, I don't know. The safety play was good. I mean, obviously, Whitehead having 3 picks is perhaps a deficiency in an offensive game plan, but it also shows that they had their number. The defense, this is an all-world defense, and nothing should be taken from them just because things got a little bit dicier on the offense.
Yeah, I've got a lower scoring game as well, 24-13, Dallas winning. In terms of the mistakes that Josh Allen made, we saw a very reserved and really just taking what the defense gave him, Dak Prescott, because he didn't have to do too much. But I don't want to talk about any of that. Let's look at Garrett Wilson's catch again.
Just on repeat.
Because it also shows just how little maybe we should believe in the Zach Wilson. This pass had no chance of being caught by Garrett Wilson. He not only turns it to a defender, he taps it back into himself. This is the type of thing the Jets are going to have to do to score.
I watched this moment live with
honest with
Patrick
you.
Claybon, and his reaction was, that pass was nasty. That was just nasty, but he made it work.
I think that we may have already gotten the catch of the year in Week 1.
That's it.
Like, that's wild. If we get it in Week 1, you usually got to wait a little bit longer, right? Like the football gods bless us with like a Week 10 catch. But I guess we got it in Week 1. Might be Week 1 here.
Yeah, challenge is up to you, football players. The Jets, though,
football players.
the Jets have won their last 3 games against Dallas, so history, trends.
Okay.
Who knows? Time for this guy or that guy. Breece Hall coming off a 127-yard rushing performance in Week 1. Officially back, Greg. Who's more likely, though, to top 100 yards in this one? Tony Pollard or Breece?
I struggle with this one, but I'm just going to go with Tony Pollard because I think the Cowboys are going to win, and the winning team gets to have more carries. What are you pointing at, Cynthia?
I just think it's rush yards. Like, I mean, it would be even harder to figure out if it was scrimmage yards.
Sure, and
Right.
Breece Hall is more likely, I would say, to pop a 65-yard run.
Exactly.
It's crazy how he can make cuts while moving forward at full speed. It's just a rare ability, and I don't even think he's fully back. But Tony Pollard looked quite good, and I think the Cowboys are going to be playing with a lead.
Yeah, I want to see the number of sideline conversations between Garrett and Zach Wilson and how much coverage those continue to get. Coming up here, it's Burrow versus Lamar. The Bengals can't do worse than, well, I guess they can. They can do worse than 3 points. Our picks for Ravens-Bengals coming up next on Game Day View.
Burrow did worse than that haircut since that game.
Yikes.
Want more stats? Just ask Siri. Who leads the league in tackles?
The Marbles.
3rd down and goal from the 1. Huntley sticks the ball out. The Bengals have the ball. They are running it back. Sam Hubbard with blockers behind him. Touchdown! Bengals!
Can't catch me! I was so scared of getting caught. I was so terrified of getting caught. He's on my ass!
Sam Hubbard wearing that oxygen mask after that play is his Twitter profile picture right now. That was him wired in last year's Ravens-Bengals wildcard game since he won that 24-17. Lamar missed that game due to a knee injury. He's going to be there Sunday for the rematch. Cynthia, what do you like?
I like a similar score for the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm sorry. I have 24-20 in this matchup. What's going to happen? Well, Joe Burrow is going to look like Joe Burrow. And Jamar Chase, there are no elves in this game, buddy. He's going to look like himself. When I'm looking at missing pieces and potential injuries and situation of matching up what's going on with the Ravens, it looks like it's going to be a Jamar Chase get-right situation. And remember last season, we saw an early slip-up to the Steelers by the Bengals. And then the next week, we started to see Joe Burrow look more like the Joe Burrow we were used to. So I think the connection is back between this dynamic duo.
Yeah, no elves in this game. Not a lot of
No elves.
Ravens starters that were there in week 1, too. Ronnie Stanley, their left tackle, their center.
Big deal.
Tyler
Big deal.
Linderbaum, safety Marcus Williams is
Big
out
deal.
for this game. These are really important players. I'm taking the Bengals in this game 16-15. I don't feel strong about it. I feel stronger that there won't be many points. So this is not more or less, but my big take here is less in this game. But I did like what I saw to Joe Mixon. Good running back who did not have his best season a year ago. I think he was playing through injuries. I don't know what the deal was. I don't think he had that burst, that same sort of get off when he first got the ball that I think has defined Joe Mixon. He also runs really angry. And I know his numbers weren't huge last week, but I watched that game and I thought, if I'm in a fantasy league, now's the time to go trade for Joe Mixon because he's breaking tackles like old Joe Mixon. He's getting a big workload. And I think he's going to be important in this game where the run game is going to make a difference.
Yeah, huge. Let me be honest. I have the Ravens in this one. I feel a whole lot better if they're able to keep the Bengals to 16 points because I've got it 26-25. Joe Burrow had to deal with the pressure from Myles Garrett and the Browns in week 1. This Ravens team doesn't have that aggression and firepower at the pass rush, but I would argue their pass rush is improved. It'll need to be, considering the guys that they're missing that Greg mentioned. Pressure rate was 18th in the league after last week. But to me, this comes down to the fact that, yes, they're missing all those guys, but the guy who missed the last time these two teams played, Lamar Jackson, is back. He's healthy. Joe Burrow still coming back from that calf injury that he suffered this offseason. I think the Ravens win in a close one by 1 point. Just one, which is math that I could do. But it's time for Cynthia to do some actual math because FanDuel has Lamar's passing yards set around 211. Are you expecting a bigger day or a smaller day?
Well, this one has changed throughout the week, and I actually think that this is close to right. I actually have 212 passing yards forecast for him without his left tackle there. Couple things.
Wow.
Number one, you know who the duo of pass rushers with the highest pressure rate last season? Sam and Trey, baby. Sam Hubbard and Trey Hendrickson. And Lou Anarumo is still there. Yes, I understand that the safeties are now younger guys and different, but now they have one full game under their belt, and they're going to be able to actually get better every single week. So for me, I think that you're far better anticipating a rushing touchdown for Lamar Jackson than you are for him to throw all over the yard.
Both these offenses just didn't.
And
look,
Cheeto's back, my
fully
favorite
cooked
chess
yet.
player.
They don't look fully ready.
Cheeto's back, my favorite chess player, too.
We'll see.
Cornerback.
We'll see how these offenses develop. We're looking forward to that one. Let's get some quick picks because the 1-0 Saints head to Carolina Monday night to face off against Bryce Young and the Panthers. Are you leaning a particular way?
I'm leaning heavily towards the Saints. I feel good about this one, and it gives me a chance to talk about some off-ball linebackers. They matter. Demario Davis.
Favorite.
I can't believe how well this dude is playing at 34 years old.
Hey.
He had a ridiculous, not that that's old.
Oh my gosh, we're all dying.
We're gonna
decade
die.
old, but he's still playing at an elite level. And you know who's next to him? Pete Werner. So
He's
it's kind of
young.
like
Pete's a little guy.
off-ball linebackers are like
younger.
the running backs of defense. Oh, off-ball linebackers don't matter. These two guys matter, and I think they're going to shut down a pretty undercooked Panthers offense.
All right,
They're missing J.C. Horn, so.
You want to talk about age? Anthony Richardson was probably like 7 years old when DeMario Davis made his debut. It's a rookie quarterback showdown in Houston. Anthony Richardson against C.J. Stroud. What do you like in that matchup, Cynthia?
Well, I like the Texans in this matchup. I think that the interesting thing is that on Friday, C.J. Stroud ended up on the injury report. What?
That was weird.
Just a little weird. However, I do think that he probably still play. I don't know, but I still have a 2-point win. I checked it with C.J. Stroud or without him, and so even with the opposite quarterback playing, then we're good here. 2 points. 2 points.
Little bit of meme alert for the Texans. I don't know when the last time that happened on this show.
We believe. We believe as we get the meme alert. It's a battle of 0-1 teams in the desert, and the Giants and Cardinals squaring off. And I think the G-men are going to take this one. Saquon is going to roll in this one, 27-20 in the get-right game of the week. In fact, I think it's Saquon might do something he hasn't done in a couple years.
What's
That's
that?
Over 200 all-purpose yards.
Okay.
Dimes plays better
it.
too, because basically he has to. Because statistically, I don't know if the
Can it play worse?
could
Okay.
be worse. They definitely can't score fewer than 0 points. Well, maybe they'll give it a shot. Josh Allen had one of the worst games of his career on Monday night. Josh, you're breaking Cynthia's heart. You were her MVP pick, but there's still
I'm not worried.
opportunity
I'm not
for
worried, bro.
redemption. Raiders, Bills coming up next on Game Day View. Josh, be safe.
Not worried, Joshy.
Joshy. Back on Game Day View, it's time for Pizza pregame predictions delivered by Little Caesars. The 1-0 Raiders heading to Orchard Park to face off the 0-1 Bills. Is this the get-right game for your MVP, Josh Allen?
Still my MVP. Yes, this is the get-right game. I have 30-20 in this matchup. Look, I think the Raiders missing potentially Jacoby Myers is a huge problem. But the guys on the other side, they're going to get right with a passing connection. We already saw it last week, but I think that Josh Allen to Stephon Diggs, these guys have like the most touchdowns together since the past 3 seasons or whatever, since he became 3 seasons in 1 game now. So when I'm looking at that hitch route and Stephon Diggs' ability to earn yards from the hitch route specifically, where he has more yards than any other receiver, that's a really special thing, and it also is an area where the Raiders don't have much of an answer.
Yeah, I've got a low-scoring game in this one as well. The Buffalo Bills winning, and it's based 24-19, based mainly on the fact that YOLO Josh is not coming to the game this week. You could play hypothetical football all you want, but let's say that Josh Allen only threw passes less than 15 air yards last. He was 25 of 30 with a touchdown. The problem is sometimes Josh Allen, Galaxy brains or the opposite of Galaxy brains, and he's just like, throw a ball far, score points. And it's not what they needed. I think it's the recipe for success this week. He's going to show everybody he can do it. And they just slide on out of there with a win, Greg.
Okay, I agree that they'll slide out with a win. I don't think it'll be by more than 8 points, though. I think the Raiders keep it close. You said the same. It's 23-16 in my mind, because this Raiders defense is getting that mojo back. They're trying to get back to respectability. I'm trying to think, like, what's the least way I could compliment them? Have you ever been bad at a subject? Like, you're bad at math and you just want to, like, get to a C+. And that's where they've been.
Life.
The last few years, they've been one of the worst defenses in the league. And we heard in the preseason that they were getting it together. And I saw it in week 1. Under Patrick Graham, he can throw a lot of different looks at you. Divine Diablo had a nice game. Ooh, how well timed with the nice pass break up there. I know it was against Denver, and this is a tougher challenge, but I think they're just continuing that march to mediocrity on defense. And that's going to be good enough to win some more games this year.
Yeah, both teams had fewer than 8 drives in that game. It was the possessions meant so much.
The wildest lack of drives that I've seen for both teams. But also, you have to remember, like, you think that they're going to get this done in their. You think that with all the different pass catching options and all the 12.
Hey, we got Marcus Peters for the Raiders. Who else is there? Jacorian Bennett, nice little rookie.
Just
okay.
They got dudes.
No, I like it. I like it. You should pick them though.
Believes, but not enough. Not necessarily enough to pick them on the road against the Buffalo Bills. We're going to stick in the AFC East. The hottest offense in the league right now belongs to the high-powered aquatic mammals they call South Beach home.
Nothing like it, man. Opening week of the National Football League.
Tua Tagovailoa last year had the highest quarterback rating in the league, 105.5.
Back to throw Tua. Wide open touchdown, great grab. Tua
throw. Big downfield, wide open, touchdown, Tyreek Hill.
What a throw and catch.
Tua to throw. Tua throws.
He's got Tyreek.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Oh, it's a classic. McDaniel versus Belichick. So much brain power. Greg, whose brain reigns supreme?
Ooh, you know what brain gets ignored a little too much? McCorkle Jones's. He's back. I talked about him last week. I'm talking about him again. There were some big-time plays by the Patriots offense last week. Let's just watch these dimes that Mac's putting on the outside right there. That's a very difficult throw to make to Demario Douglas, who's a nice rookie quarterback for them, a rookie receiver. Hunter Henry in tight coverage. These are not easy throws, and the Dolphins defense struggled a week ago. Kendrick Bourne in the end zone. All these throws perfectly placed. I think Bill O'Brien is finding a way to get guys open, and I love this throw late in the game. I know Kendrick Bourne didn't bring it in, but under pressure, Mac Jones is playing much better than a year ago.
I have a 1-point win, too. It's amazing. Ooh. We're like twins here. 23-22 is my score. I'm confused a little bit. I went back and rewatched and then watched again this last game between the Chargers and the Dolphins. And I was very, a little bit surprised that there was just a ton of man coverage. Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure we could have seen more man coverage against the Dolphins. So I don't think that what Bill Belichick is going to bring to the table is going to be a lot. I'm going to make this point again and again and again, but I think that what Bill O'Brien's doing here and the fact that both sides of the ball, the defense and the offense, will complement each other very well. McCorkle, is that
We're going to make that happen. I don't know if he likes that, though.
Yeah. Why don't you ask him? McCorkle, will you call the show and let us know if you'd rather be Mac or McCorkle or some version in between?
I agree with Greg. I think the winning team's going to have 27 points. I just think that the Miami Dolphins are going to be the team that has 27.
They are the favorites.
As Mac Jones is playing for the second week in a row against the dude he played behind at the University of Alabama. And Tua Tagovailoa and this Dolphins offense, things were so good in SoFi a week ago. He was literally choosing his touchdown. Take a look at this River Cracraft touchdown and see if you notice anything.
Oh.
Jerome Smythe is directly in front. He almost breaks the pass up, but then he says, Tua doesn't miss like that, so let me not knock that down. And River gets that touchdown. That's just how things were going. Yes, I do believe that Bill Belichick deserves the title of defensive genius. Brandon Staley, maybe he got that a little bit early a few years ago when he got this head coaching job. But I think the Miami Dolphins at the start of this season were as good as they were at the start of last season, if not even better. Dolphins win at 27-24. And an offense in New England that's much better. You can see it in Greg's eyes. He's starting.
I'm back.
He's
I'm
back.
alive again.
Let's
I'm
do some.
feeling human emotions.
He's a real bull.
What?
Your word. Let's do some math, though, because Tyreek Hill was very good. How good? Look at all those firsts. Targets, receptions, receiving yards, receiving touchdowns, yards per touch. All the best in the entire league.
He's nonplussed, though. He is not impressed.
No, nonplussed means
he's like,
nonplussed means really mad.
I'm
Look at that picture. Look at that picture.
I just think he looks bored. He's like, that's pedestrian. 215 yards is a 1/4 for most people.
So let's crunch the numbers, Cynthia. Tyreek is on pace for just 3,600 receiving yards this season. How big of a night are you expecting for him Sunday against Bill Belichick?
More than 84.5, but 215 is a little bit too much. I told you, that man coverage for the Chargers, it wasn't working. And you know what happened? They didn't switch it. They're like, you know what? Maybe this time he'll just miss the pass. Maybe maybe Tyreek will slow down. Who knows? But they will not do that. The Patriots will not do that.
They will not. Bill Belichick's cooked up some pretty good game plans over the years for Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, what's the thing insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results. They're not going to do that. They're just not going to do that.
I'd like to see a little Christian Gonzalez against Tyreek Hill.
Christian Gonzalez had a sack last week.
He had a sack, and it was coming back around. He had to pull Jalen Hurts down. That's a rookie corner, bringing down one of the toughest quarterbacks.
Insane.
In the entire
Loved
league.
it.
Very impressive. I still got the fins. I can't wait for that one. Up next, Deshaun Watson and the Browns smashed the Bengals in Week 1. Well, it was mostly Miles and company. Will they keep it rolling Monday night in Pittsburgh? We'll break it down next. YouTube TV is the new home of NFL Sunday Ticket. Being an NFL fan has never been easier. You can watch every game, every Sunday, exclusively with NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV. Sign up now and get $50 off. Terms and conditions apply. For more information, visit NFLSundayTicket.com. We got the 1-0 Browns heading to the Berg to take on the 0-1 Steelers on Monday night. We got an AFC North battle. Cynthia, how does this one turn out?
Cleveland takes this one. I know that usually it's hard to keep winning in Acrisure Stadium. However, the home team is not going to win in this one. I have 22-21. I want to give a lot of love to Nick Chubb, who, by the way, with O-line injuries, it's going to be even more important what he does. It's going to be magnified, the effect that his extra yards after the catch, yards after contact. This guy is so helpful on the ground, just getting them extra 3-4 yards when they absolutely need it most. It's helping Deshaun Watson. They use more shotgun. Nick Chubb is the reason it's all coming together. And especially with the O-line being a little bit banged up and the right tackle position, they're going to absolutely need him.
Yeah, I'm with you, Cynthia. I've got the Pittsburgh Steelers starting 0-2 at home in Acrisure, and it's one of the other guys who's one of the best in his position in the league on the other side of the ball, and that's Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
He had 4 quarterback hits, got a sack. The average to cross the line of scrimmage for Myles Garrett, who is a giant human being, the fastest in the entire league, 0.58 seconds.
Wow.
Last week, firing off the ball. New DC in Cleveland, bringing so much heat. 95 is a huge part of that. I just can't have watched this Steelers offense struggle against the pass rush to see this pass rush come in. I think it's another loss. 23-21 Browns take it, Greg.
Okay, so you're going to give me a home underdog Steelers playing a 1-0 team. I'm taking the Just Greg. I'm giving you 24-20 Steelers. Let's go. And remember the preseason?
I do.
It was a great time. We were all a little younger, a little better looking, further away from dying. Oh, yeah, and Kenny Pickett could not be stopped. 5 touchdowns, 5 possessions. It was just such innocent times. And I know they're banged up, but I don't think that everything in the preseason is a mirage, or what we saw late last season, or that the Steelers are suddenly some outfit that's not going to win home division games and a familiar opponent that they have dominated, by the way, in the last few years. Teams bounce back when they're 0-1, very often against 1-0 teams.
Yeah, and I don't think Cynthia or I are just closing the door on the 2023.
It's a 1-point game and a 2-point game for the two of us.
I mean, it all looks the same when it's the Just Greg in the standings. Let's go. We hit a couple last week. Thank you.
He's allowed to say this week.
If you don't have a cheering interest, folks, Greg's going to wear that crown and he's going to be even more smug as the season goes on. So, hey, let's see if the Browns get this one done. It's time for some quick picks. As we get into more of this week 2 action, Sam Howell and the 1-0 Washington Commanders going to Denver to take on Russell Wilson. Jerry Jeudy expected to play. Does that impact your pick, Greg?
No. It makes me a little less confident, but I like the Commanders 17-13. I believe in the defensive line. Jonathan Allen and Montez Sweat were getting after. I just look at these two teams, and I just don't think they're very special at anything, Cynthia, except for the Washington defensive line. This is a really good Ron Rivera defense.
Everyone's special at something.
Everyone's
a unique butterfly, a unique snowflake in the world.
I mean, look at these scores. We all have it close. But what I mean is there's one thing that I think is going to, at the end of the year,
Commanders fans, Broncos fans, he hates all of you.
I like the Commanders defense. I think it's a playoff defense. I picked them to the playoffs this year.
All right.
Let's go.
All these Just Gregs. Either Greg's going to be in a commanding lead or we're coming back next week. The Chargers visiting the Titans. Both teams looking for their first win of the season. Cynthia, where are we going?
Well, with no Austin Eckler likely, I'm going to go with, as Marcus Grant calls him, El Tractorcito. I think Derrick Henry makes a huge difference in this matchup. I have a 1-point win for the Tennessee Titans. I think when I'm looking at Mike Vrabel's ability to kind of get everything back on track here, I think that I trust that more than something that I have seen not adapt as well in recent seasons. So I haven't seen the Chargers adapt their game plan on defense very often, and that was sort of reinforced last week. So if you got this guy who suddenly now catches passes, he's also a pass catcher, just new wrinkle to his game right now, that's going to be very difficult for the defense.
All right, Bucks and the Bears. Tampa memed all of us last week going up to Minnesota. And this one, I like Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers are going to start 2-0, and that's because Mike Evans is on a mission to either stay forever or go to a contender maybe. You know, if they work some phones. He had 10 targets last week. Also had a drop. It could have been even bigger. This week, he gives the Bears secondary all kinds of trouble. We saw Romeo Doubs cuts that fade for a touchdown. We are not falling for it again. We've all got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers
you
winning.
seem surprised.
Chicago Bears.
I was surprised that not one of us went the other way, especially with Like Luke Getsy came out and was like, I was not aggressive enough. So now we know DJ Moore is going to be like, I guess my point is
Luke
like
Getsy
everybody
can say what he wants. Show me some something on this offense.
Did you just do this?
To me, it's a little
Say what he wants.
disrespectful that the Bucs are only 2.5-point favorites.
This is Luke Getsy now.
Yeah.
Luke Getsy's just hand motion.
I'm just saying.
He can say what he wants. What about Dan Campbell?
What if, the Bucs could be what if the NFC South is just a powerhouse?
It's the Bowles-a-Sans. Todd Bowles, he's back. He's taken fourth down.
He never left.
Last year was a little bit of a departure.
That wasn't his fault.
Glad to have you back, Coach. Up next, it's time for Write This Down. We're dishing out some of our big-time predictions for Week 2 because you're watching, and we love you. It's Game Day View presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Just watching.